Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Adventure Comics 175, The Duel of the Superboys. Don't get excited. That's not what's really happening. The duel is actually the key word in there. It's not a duel. It's more like duel as in two. It's no Superboy versus Martian Boy, which even then they weren't really fighting. There's a story that just takes a long time to get to where it's going, to get to its point. Remember how I said that, like, structurally, if we're dealing with a 10 or so issue Superboy comic or Superman comic in the Golden Age, it's probably best to use the first half of the story to set up the problem, the second half to solve the problem. It's worked really well when they have done that. Here, it takes two-thirds of the comic to set up the problem. And it's not a particularly good setup, as we have to twiddle our fingers around waiting for them to get to the damn point. So, for some reason, this Germanic, maybe Norwegian country is visiting Smallville. The dignitaries, they're from Vala, the made-up nation, and they are unimpressed, bored with Superboy. Why, you may ask? They have their own Superboy, Prince Power. I wanted to put an of in there, Prince of Power. We could call him Pop. And they're really into Prince Power. I still want to say that of in there. We should probably put that of in there. Let's bring him back and put that of in there. There's no reason to bring him back. You see, it takes two-thirds of the story to get to what is really telegraphed. And, to be fair, maybe kids in the 1950s didn't see this coming, but I know adults were reading this comic, and they had to have seen this coming. There is no Prince Power. Superboy got amnesia one day and ended up in this country and dressed in a specific way, in clothes, lying around. It's not even a superhero outfit, and saved the day a couple of times, and they nicknamed him Prince of Power. Though, how long ago was this? They seem to have gone really headstrong into him, building him a statue, making movies about him. But he hasn't returned. Superboy forgot all about this due to the whole amnesia thing, which then puts in the problem and what the main issue of this comic is. Remember how much I love to talk about how stories are about conflict? Well, it takes two-thirds of the comic to get to a conflict due to the fact that they've spent two-thirds of the comic setting everything up. The conflict is he can't just come out and say this. It's too important to the town. He represents too much. He's a hero to so many kids and an inspiration. So it would absolutely destroy them to find out that he's not real. It's an interesting conflict which can't be dealt with all that satisfactory if we've spent so much of the story getting to this point. And even when we get to this point, a lot of it is just telling us how the amnesia happened. Punched a meteor. The meteor had, I think, kryptonite in it, though a red crystal kryptonite. And if you know anything about the mythos of kryptonite, red kryptonite is pretty random with what it does to Superboy. But I guess we're not doing the color-coordinated different things kryptonite does to him yet. Though that is very much a Silver Age concept. Man, we're going to get a lot of different colors of kryptonite. There was a fun story just done about new versions of kryptonite. And for some reason, they want to really throw mud in the eye of Smallville by proving how much better Prince Power is by having him deal with kryptonite. So what our final conflict is, well, how is Superboy going to get out of dealing with kryptonite? Just gets another boy to do it. But I feel like there's a bigger conflict that this story is ignoring. Superboy stories have sort of essentially said that he spends most of his time in Smallville. It's kind of unclear, and it goes back and forth between stories about how international of a superhero he is. I mean, Superman goes around, he is stationed in Metropolis, but he does save most of the world. Well, all the world. Superboy seems more locked to Smallville. There are stories where he is saving things. I mean, we just did one where he picked up one of the pyramids of Giza, but there is sort of this idea that he is more in Smallville than, say, Superman is. That makes sense to how big of a story Superman is when he eventually goes to Metropolis, if Superboy's purview was rather small, as in Smallville. So what happens to Prince Power? The kid he had take his place has no superpowers. There is no Prince of Power. Eventually, they're going to wonder where their superhero is, right? Or are they just going to live with the mystique that he showed up and disappeared? There's an overall problem that the comic is not equipped to talk about, because that's not what they want to talk about, because they never want to talk about what I want to talk about when it comes to the stories they tell. Okay, that is it from Adventure Comics 175, The Duel of the Superboys. See, it was just Superboy living a dual identity by accident. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story, now in Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow? And seriously, what's going to happen to Prince Power if Superboy is not going to be around to be him? Like, he was here for, I don't know, 24 hours? 48 hours? And they had multiple catastrophes he had to save them from. Something bad's gonna happen. Okay, have a great day.